You are already losing. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not in some distant future where things finally fall apart. Right now, as you sit here, something inside you is being drained. Something that used to burn. Something that used to keep you up at night. Not from anxiety, but from hunger. From vision. From the kind of fire that makes a man dangerous to mediocrity. And you can feel it. You have felt it for a while. That slow, quiet fading. That creeping sense that the version of you who wanted more, who swore he would never settle, is becoming a stranger. And the worst part? Nobody is pointing a gun at your head. Nobody is forcing you to stay still. Nobody is telling you to shrink. It is happening soft, gently. Wrapped in warmth. Wrapped in convenience. Wrapped in comfort. And that is exactly what they want. Think about where you were 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Think about what you said you would do. Think about the dreams you described with certainty, not hope. You did not say maybe. You said when. You said I will. You had a map in your mind of exactly who you were becoming. And now look, not to shame yourself, but to see clearly. Because something happened between then and now. And it was not failure. Failure would have woken you up. Failure would have made you angry. What happened was far more dangerous than failure. What happened was comfort. You got a bed that was just soft enough. A routine that was just easy enough. A circle of people who expected just little enough from you. You got Netflix and delivery food and a phone that fills every silence with noise. You got just enough to stop reaching. Just enough to stop fighting. Just enough to stop becoming. And here is the truth that the world will never say out loud. That is not an accident. That is a design. The systems around you, the entertainment, the social feeds, the culture of treat yourself, and you deserve rest. They are not built to liberate you. They are built to pacify you. To take a man with fire in his chest and replace that fire with warmth. Comfortable warmth. Numbing warmth. The warmth of a man who has stopped asking why and started asking what is on tonight. You were built for conquest, and they turned you into a consumer. Your pain is real. The restlessness you feel, that low hum of knowing you are capable of more, that is real. The frustration of watching lesser men advance, while you stay exactly where you were last year, that is real. But what you have been told about the cause of that pain, that is where the deception lives. You have been told you are lazy. You have been told you lack discipline. You have been told it is your fault. And maybe there is some truth in that. But the deeper truth, the one they do not teach in schools, the one the self-help industry profits from hiding, is that your predictability has been engineered. Your passivity has been cultivated. And your ambition has been slowly, systematically poisoned. Because a man who is comfortable does not question. A man who is entertained does not organize. A man who is sedated does not rise. And rising men, men who see clearly, who want fiercely, who move with purpose, are dangerous to every structure that profits from your compliance. So they built the comfort, and they offered it to you like a gift. There was a man who understood this centuries before the internet, before social media, before algorithms designed to steal your attention and replace it with dopamine. A man who looked at the world without illusion, without the comfort of polite lies, and wrote down what he saw with ruthless, unflinching clarity. His name was Niccolo Machiavelli, and the powerful have feared his words ever since. Not because he was evil, but because he was honest. He described the machinery of control at a time when naming that machinery was punishable by prison, by exile, by death. He was not a villain. He was a physician, diagnosing the disease that most men are too comfortable to admit they have. Machiavelli wrote, "The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him." Read that again. Let it land. He was not just talking about kings. He was talking about you. The men around you, the environment you have allowed to surround you, that is the mirror of your ambition. And if those men are comfortable, complacent, and content with small zevs, then understand their gravity is pulling on you every single day. Comfort is contagious, and so is hunger. The question is, which one lives in your circle? This knowledge is for protection, not destruction. Everything you are about to hear is not designed to make you cold, or cruel, or detached from the people you love. It is designed to make you see, because a man who cannot see cannot defend himself, and a man who cannot defend himself will be consumed, not by enemies, but by the slow erosion of his own unlived potential. The first thing Machiavelli would tell you, the first warning he would whisper in your ear, is that comfort is the greatest weapon ever used against ambitious men. Not poverty, not hardship, comfort. Poverty makes men fight. Hardship makes men resourceful. But comfort makes men wait. It makes them say, tomorrow. It makes them negotiate with their own dreams, always finding reasons why now is not the right time. Think about the man you know. Maybe it is you, who has been saying next year for 3 years running. Next year, I will start the business. Next year, I will get serious about training. Next year, I will cut off the people who drain me. Next year never comes, because comfort keeps rewriting the deadline. The practical move, right now, today, is to find one area of your life where comfort has become a sedative and deliberately introduce friction. Cold showers, harder targets, an earlier alarm, not for discipline's sake, for the sake of keeping your hunger alive. A man who is never uncomfortable is a man who is slowly dying. Here is what they do not tell you about ambition. It is not a thought. It is not a feeling. It is a physical state. It lives in your body, and like any physical state, it can be dulled. It can be suppressed. It can be chemically replaced. Every time you reach for your phone instead of your goals, your brain receives a reward it did not earn. Every time you choose entertainment over effort, your nervous system learns that stimulation is available without struggle. And slowly, over months, over years, your brain stops associating reward with achievement. It starts associating reward with consumption. And a man whose brain has been rewired to consume, instead of create, is a man whose ambition has been chemically neutralized. Machiavelli understood that a controlled population is a comfortable population. The action here is simple but violent in its discipline. Audit your dopamine. Where are you getting reward without effort? Identify it. Then begin, methodically, to remove it. Drop this in the comments. They gave me comfort to kill my hunger. It almost worked. The second warning, and this one will make you uncomfortable because it should, is about the people closest to you. Machiavelli was merciless on this point. He understood that the most dangerous influences in a man's life are rarely his enemies. They are the people who love him just enough to want him to stay the same. Think about it. The people who discourage your ambition, who call your dreams unrealistic, who ask you why you always have to want more, who celebrate your failures with a quiet, "I told you so," they are often not evil. They are often afraid. Afraid that if you rise, you will leave them. Afraid that your hunger will expose their own stagnation. Afraid that your becoming will remind them of their not becoming. And so, without malice, with love, they pour water on your fire. They call it concern. They call it wisdom. They call it keeping you grounded. But a man who has been kept grounded his whole life has never flown. The practical move is to stop announcing your ambitions to people who have a vested interest in your staying small. Move in silence. Let the results speak. And ruthlessly, calmly, without drama, begin to limit the time you give to those who consistently diminish your vision. Drop this in the comments. The people who loved me most were the ones most afraid of who I was becoming. The third lesson from Machiavelli is about the seduction of false progress. This is the one that destroys the most men, because it looks like success. It feels like moving forward, but it is a treadmill. You are busy, you are productive. You have a calendar full of tasks and a to-do list that makes you feel important. But none of it is moving you toward the life you actually want. This is what Machiavelli called the illusion of motion. In his time, it was courtiers who spent their entire careers performing loyalty while gaining nothing. Today it is men who spend their entire 20s performing productivity, grinding at jobs that do not matter, building skills no one values, optimizing routines for a life they never consciously chose. The question is not, are you busy? The question is, busy building whose dream? The action is this: once a week, sit in silence and ask yourself one brutal question. If I keep doing exactly what I did this week for the next 5 years, where do I end up? If the answer does not excite you, if the answer does not scare you with its ambition, then you are moving, but you are moving in the wrong direction. The fourth principle, and Machiavelli wrote about this with surgical precision, is the weaponization of your need for approval. This is dark. This is the mechanism underneath most of your decisions that you have never examined. You want to be respected. You want to be seen. You want the people around you to acknowledge that you are capable, intelligent, worthy. That is human. That is not weakness in its raw form. But when that need goes unexamined, when it operates below consciousness, it becomes a leash. Because whoever controls your need for approval controls your behavior. Your boss knows it. Your family knows it. The algorithm knows it. They do not need chains. They just need to be the source of your validation. And as long as you need their nod, their like, their praise, their recognition, you will contort yourself to get it. You will make yourself smaller so they are not threatened. You will make yourself louder so they notice. You will abandon your principles to stay in their good graces. The man who has killed this need, or at minimum, become conscious of it, is nearly impossible to manipulate. The practice is this: begin making one decision per day that no one will know about, not for secrecy, for sovereignty, for the practice of acting from your own judgment, unwitnessed, uncelebrated. Do it again and again, until your internal approval becomes louder than the external noise. Drop this in the comments. I stopped performing for people who were never going to promote me anyway. The fifth warning goes even deeper. Machiavelli observed, and history has confirmed this 1,000 times, that the most effective form of control is not force. It is the management of perception. They do not need to stop you from rising. They just need you to believe that rising is irresponsible, that wanting more is selfish, that ambition is arrogance, that a man who pursues power is dangerous. Think about how many times you have held yourself back, not from external opposition, but from the internal voice that said, "Who do you think you are?" That voice did not come from inside you. It was installed. It was put there by a culture, a family system, a school, a religion, a peer group that needed you predictable, that needed you to color inside the lines. Because a man who believes he is allowed to want, who believes his ambition is legitimate, even sacred, is a man who cannot be easily managed. The practical move is to begin aggressively reprogramming your relationship with your own desire. Stop apologizing for what you want. Stop softening your goals to make other people comfortable. Your ambition is not arrogance. It is your natural state before it was domesticated. The sixth lesson, and this may be the most Machiavellian of all, is strategic patience. Because here is the trap that catches hungry men who finally wake up. They go loud. They announce the transformation. They post about the new chapter. They tell everyone they are changing. And then, when the results do not come immediately, when the road is longer than expected, They collapse under the weight of the identity they publicly claimed. Machiavelli understood that the prince who telegraphs his ambitions gives his enemies time to prepare. The man who rises without announcement arrives before the resistance can organize. Move underground, move methodically. Build in private, stack the bricks without the ceremony. Let the structure speak when it is already standing. This is not about hiding. This is about protecting the process from the opinions of people who cannot yet see the vision. Let them be surprised. Surprise is power. Drop this in the comments. I stopped announcing my moves. The results became the announcement. And the seventh principle, the one Machiavelli reserved for those rare men who were truly ready to hear it, is about the nature of time. Most men treat time as something they have, something they can budget, negotiate, defer. Machiavelli understood that time is the only resource that cannot be recovered. Every day spent in comfort at the expense of purpose is a day subtracted from the life you were meant to live, not a day borrowed, a day gone permanently. This is not meant to create anxiety. It is meant to create clarity. The man who feels time, who understands its irreversibility in his bones, moves differently. He does not wait for the right moment. He knows the right moment is always now. Imperfect, inconvenient, insufficient, and he moves anyway. Begin today. Not when you are ready. Not when the plan is perfect. Not when the fear is gone. Begin with the fear. Begin with the imperfect plan. Begin with what you have, because the comfortable man is always waiting for better conditions, and the conditions are always ready for the man who moves first. Drop this in the comments. Every day I chose comfort over purpose was a day I borrowed against my own life. Now, here is where everything converges. Here is where the warmth gets stripped away, and what remains is the truth at the center of everything Machiavelli ever wrote. The comfortable life they offered you was never for your benefit. The systems that tell you to relax, to settle, to be grateful for what you have, they are not celebrating your peace. They are celebrating your paralysis. You are more valuable to them asleep than awake, more useful sedated than ignited, more manageable small than enormous. And you have been small, maybe for months, maybe for years, maybe for so long that you have started to mistake the cage for home. But something brought you here, some part of you that refused to fully die, some restless, unquiet thing inside you that kept whispering, even when you tried to drown it with noise, that you are not done, that this is not your final form, that you were made for something that the comfortable version of your life will never contain. Listen to that part. Protect that part. Feed that part. Because the old you is dead. The version of you that needed comfort to feel safe. That version cannot come back. Not because you have destroyed it, but because you have seen too clearly now. You cannot unsee what Machiavelli showed you. You cannot unfeel the weight of time. You cannot go back to the warm numbness once you have named it for what it is. A weapon aimed at your potential. You are a weapon, pointed at your own future, not a passenger, not a spectator, not a man waiting for permission or circumstances or the right alignment of the universe. A weapon loaded with everything you have survived, everything you have learned, everything you refused to let kill you, pointed directly at the life that was always meant to be yours. And you belong to no one. Not to the system that needs your compliance, not to the circle that needs your smallness, not to the family narrative that decided your ceiling before you ever had a chance to test it, not to the algorithm that profits from your distraction, not to the comfort that promises safety but delivers slow death. You belong to no one, and a man who belongs to no one, who has reclaimed full ownership of his direction, his time, his desire, is the most dangerous and the most free kind of man alive. This is not the end of anything. This is the beginning of something you cannot yet see the shape of, but can feel. in the place where your hunger has been reawakening since the first word of this video. If this found you at the right moment, if something in you recognized what was being named here, then make one decision right now. Not tomorrow, now. Subscribe, not for me, not for the algorithm, for you. As an act of choosing, deliberately, to be a man who seeks clarity over comfort, who chooses truth over sedation. This channel exists for the men who are done being managed, who are done being comfortable, who are ready to see the world as it is, and use that vision to become something the world was not prepared for. One question. Leave it in the comments if you have the courage to answer it honestly. What is the one comfort you are holding on to right now that you already know is slowly killing the version of you that could have changed everything?